Are RS Berkane involved in those things?
Yeah, what I can say is that there were some things behind the scenes, whether it was from CAF, RS Berkane, from Simba, from other opponents, other leaders. It will be difficult to say, but
yes,
just know that there were some things behind the scenes. And I know that Wydad wanted him even when Rurani Mukwena was there. He had a meeting with his agent, Zambro Traore.
So it was Mokwena's choice?
It has always been Mukwena's choice. He wanted Azizi and Clement Mzize.
Do you see Azizi penetrating on the first 11 of Wydad?
We can say maybe even the Chan. If everything goes well, Tanzania can host the opening ceremony. So it's also another opportunity for Tanzania football. So what I can say is that yes, I heard those things. I know some things, but maybe those are secret. I cannot talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
But I know that there were some things behind the scenes, you know, which in a way...
But you like young Africans?
I like all clubs in Africa.
You know? I know, you know. There are clubs like Kaizer Chiefs, they are saying Young Africans, and Simba Sports Club. My question is, from what you heard, where is Faisal Salim going to play in the coming season? 255 na amini uko poa. Karibu kwenye mahojiano maalum na mtu maalum. Leo hii nimepata bahati ya kuongea na moja kati ya watu maarufu na mashuhuri katika bara la Afrika linapokuja swala la mpira wa miguu. Huyu mtu naenda kuongea naye leo anafahamu mambo mengi sana, hasa kuhusu mpira wa miguu, taarifa mbalimbali na tetesi mbalimbali kuhusu mpira wa miguu na hasa mpira wa miguu wa Afrika. Amejitengenezea jina kubwa sana katika mpira wa miguu wa Afrika. Mimi naitwa Elias Picha na kupariziwani, na huyu pembeni yangu anaitwa Micky. Micky, how are you, my brother? First of all, I want to say thank you for you accepting our invitation here to 55. This means a lot to me and my colleagues here, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I know that you have come to Tanzania in several times. When you are preparing a journey to come to Tanzania, what is always on your mind about Tanzania?
No, whenever I'm coming here, I feel like I'm home also, because you know the people are so nice. I love Tanzania. Good food here, good weather. You know, even before I start my journey, I see people on social media, Karibu, Tanzania, welcome. You know, so I feel so good. And when I'm here, it's just like I'm home. So I love it here.
You say you like food. Which food exactly you like in Tanzania?
Yesterday I ate ugali and samaki sihane. And I think credit to the FA president, Mr. Wallace Career. I think he has transformed football here. If you see his vision, I mean, if you speak with him, you can tell the plans that he has for football in Tanzania to be even more higher than where it is now. So I think that it is good for all of us to be involved, especially people like us who like football in Africa. So I think that it's okay. I'm impressed. You know, they have good numbers in terms of social media interactions, and so it's always good to talk about football in Tanzania.
Micky, I want to hear your thoughts about Tanzanian football. Where do you see us as Tanzanians in coming 5 to 10 years? And this includes our clubs and also Taifa Stars in the coming 5 to 10 years.
No, I think like I was saying, I mean, big credit to the FA president. No, here you say TFF, Football Federation president. So yeah, I mean, big credit to Mr. Wallace for what he is doing. You can see, like I told you, when you speak with him, you hear the plans that he has for the Tanzanian football. You can tell even from under 17, under 20, you can see that they are having a proper transition. For example, you can't compare that to my country, Ghana, you know. So I think that in the next, even if you look at, I mean, the amazing job the clubs are doing, whether it's Simba, whether Yanga, you know, in the Champions League, in the Confederation Cup, it tells you that
there's something is coming.
There's a standard that they want to get to. So I will not be surprised in the next 10 years, like you are saying, they can be number one in Africa. I will not be surprised.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about CAF Confederation Cup. The biggest story in town in Tanzania, it's the second game, which is going to be played in Zanzibar on June 25. The game between Simba Sports Club and RS Berkane. But before talking to the second leg game, let's talk about the first leg game. I hope you saw it. I want to hear your thoughts. How was the game?
I mean, Berkane were the home team. Of course, home team, you expect them to go all out. They are playing in front of their fans, you know, and they know that once they will also travel to Tanzania, they will do everything possible to make sure that they get a good advantage at home for the second leg. So I think it was a good game. Maybe Simba lacked a little bit of inexperience. If you look at the squad, like Coach was saying, almost 17 players, I think, are new players. And many of them are so young. I think the only guy who played in the final is Ngoma. He played final when he was with
Raja Casablanca, and
yeah, I think in Morocco
and
he played.
When he was in Congo, he also played
yeah. So I think that he's more like the only experienced players, but all the other ones are new players. Kibu, those guys, these are the first time they are playing final. Ahua was playing in Ivory Coast League. I mean,
he does not have that experience.
So if you look at the squad, they are good, but the experience is not there. But it also is good for them for the first leg. You know, I'm sure they will correct all the mistakes they did there. But on the whole, it was a good game. I think that maybe Simba was not settled well in the first 20-15 minutes of the game. But when they came in, we all saw the second half. They gave a good performance. It was not bad at all. But it is football, and sometimes results can be like this. You know, you play well, but things don't go your way. So I think it will be showdown and all to play for in the second leg.
Yes, let's talk now about the second leg. Do you see a chance of Simba Sports Club turning the table around and winning the CAF Confederation Trophy this season?
No, it's possible. It's football. I don't think any team will prepare to go and lose a game, especially when you know that there's a trophy, and especially also there's a new trophy that CAF is going to unveil. So I think that it makes all the teams, you know, to push, to fight. And I know that Simba, you know, playing at home, the fans behind them. I mean, even though I know they would love to play in Kappa, you know, but Zanzibar is also part of Tanzania. It's also Tanzania. So they will go all out. We trust them, you know. We know what they can do, what they did before. I mean, against the likes of Al-Masri, you know, they turn things around. So this is also another chance, another 90 minutes, possibly, you know, after more than 90 minutes, I believe that they can do something, you know. If they're able to get a goal in the first 20 minutes, then for sure they will win the trophy.
Micky, at first everybody knew that the game will be played at Mkapa Stadium. Then all of a sudden the news where the game has been changed the venue and it will be played in Amani Stadium. Do you see any difficult Simba are going to face because they are not playing in Mkapa Stadium?
Yeah, I mean, playing at Nkapa would have been different. You know, I watched games there before with Simba fans. I know what it means for them when they are at home in Nkapa, more than 40, 50, 60,000 people. You know, the vibe in the stadium. There was a time that I was watching one of their games, and then the whole place was vibrating. You know, the fans were on their feet throughout. So I think that there it could have been so much different. You know, it would have really been difficult for RS Berkane to play. We all know Berkane is not like a big team, maybe like Raja or Wydad in Morocco, where they have huge fans. So for them, they are okay. I mean, RS Berkane, they are okay when they play at home. They have small number of fans, you know. But with or without Nkapa, this is a big opportunity to win the trophy, be the first club in Tanzania to win the all-new trophy for the Confederation Cup. So why not? They just have to go for it. Play like, you know, this is the last game of your heart. So, and I know Coach and his technical team will be ready as well, for sure. They saw the mistakes they did in the first leg, and I know they'll correct it. So for us, some of us, we just want to enjoy the game, have fun, and then, you know, they should give us a final that we will talk about it for many, many months and years to come.
Micky, I know you get much intel. I want you to pass me to that scenario of changing the stadium, because I know one of peoples in Africa who got much sources is you are among of them. When at first did you hear that the game will not be played in Mkapa Stadium and it has been changed to Amani Stadium?
I heard of it long ago, more than 3 weeks ago, I think. But sometimes you cannot say these things yet. You have to wait for the club. You have to wait for the people who give you information.
Yeah.
They have to go ahead first and talk before we can come in. But already I know when inspection was going on. You know, I think the whole thing was that, you see, in Kappa, if it rains at Kappa Stadium, the pitch can hold, I think, 49% of water. But for Zanzibar, even if it rains, it can be 100%, and the game can still go on.
We saw it in game against Stellenbosch. At I think around 4, 5, 8 to 9, there huge rain. Then the game played.
Exactly. So I think that's the difference. And CAF was also worried, you know, when they played, I think Al-Mazri, I think in Nkapa, you know, the pitch was so bad.
Yes.
And Simba is a big club. People in the whole world, everybody was watching that game. So this is Africa. This is our content we are giving to people, you know. And for us to have a pitch like that for a CAF, you know, Confederation Cup game, quarterfinal, it doesn't speak well for African football. So CAF is also looking at this, where they don't experience, you know, playing at Nkapa, and it has rained and the pitch is bad, and it's a final. The whole world is watching Africa. Everybody is watching. They are going to speak bad about African football. So CAF also, you know, but I think CAF has also been, in a way, they've been nice to Tanzania, to Simba, because usually the appointment for the referees, the name of the venue, the time, it has to come like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But CAF waited because they were still working on the stadium. They even hired consultants from the UK to come to Tanzania, check on the pitch, work on it. So sometimes I understand the frustration of the fans. You know, they are worried and all that, but it is what it is. And CAF, they are the people who decide. You know, they make the rules. They decide that, okay, it's not allowed to play there. But I think we can still, maybe even the CHAN, if everything goes well, Tanzania can host the opening ceremony. So it's also another opportunity for Tanzania football. So I think that it's unfortunate, because I know how Simba people, football lovers in Tanzania, want to see the game in Nkapa. But I think the main issue was the pitch. The pitch was just not ready. And once it is not ready, you just have to find the next alternative, and the next alternative is to
Amani Stadium.
To Amani Stadium.
Mickey, the word from the block is the venue being changed. It's about African politics. That's why it has been changed. It was supposed to play in Nkapa. If you hear somebody saying like that, what's your comment?
Yeah, I know that football in Africa, there is politics. I think not only in Africa, it's everywhere. Only that maybe some people don't talk about this, you know. So what I can say is that, yes, I heard those things. I know some things, but maybe those are secret. I cannot talk about it. But I know that there were some things behind the scenes, you know, which in a way...
Are Berkane involved in those things?
Yeah, what I can say is that there were some things behind the scenes, whether it was from CAF, Berkane, from Simba, from other opponents, other leaders. It will be difficult to say, but just know that there were some things behind the scenes. And some of us hope that going forward, those things don't happen again, and we have good relationship. And you know, he's a good, aside being president for Yanga, for African Club Association, he's a good man. Many people don't know. You know, sometimes the fans, you know, they have their say. They think Micky doesn't like our club,
but you like young Africans.
I like all clubs in Africa. You know, I like all clubs. Even I have good relationship with President Hesse. We speak. I call him if I need information. You know, so I mean, he's a good man. Like I was saying, even everything aside, being football, being club aside, he's a good man. He's more like a brother. He even tells me, Micky, I see you even more than a journalist. He tells me, I see you like a stakeholder who is part of African football. You are the voice for the voiceless. You speak and decisions are made. You know, people listen to you. So, I mean, I have good respect for him. I cannot say how much Riyadh is paying for key Aziz, but I think it's a good offer, and it's also good opportunity for him, you know, to go to the Club World Cup. It's just like World Cup where you have all the national teams, big national teams coming. Club World Cup is the same, you know. It's not easy to go to Club World Cup to play with Manchester City, you know,
Real Madrid.
All those guys there. Mbappe is coming, Vinicius Junior, Rodri,
Messi, Inter Miami,
Messi, you know, even my own club, Chelsea, you know, Noni, Madrid, all those. Ali is going as well, and Mama Shaw. So it's good platform, big opportunity. And normally, I mean, to sign a player from Tanzania League, way before it was not like that, you know. Maybe some 2-3 players, Musuva, other guys, they came through, they went to. But now, you know, for a player to leave Tanzania, to go to Wydad is
huge club.
I'm telling you, big. You know, it's just like a historic club. You know, so it is good opportunity for him, good platform. When commentators are giving commentary and they talk about Aziz on the ball, they can mention his former club. He's from Yanga. He was playing from Tanzania. You know,
yeah.
So it also sells the name of the country, Tanzania, the name of the NBC Premier League, you know. So it is good for him to go and then to showcase his talent to the world. And you never know, it could be a big platform for him.
You haven't told me the length of his contract.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's a 2-year deal. And Wydad will be able to, you know, take very good care of him. It's just that it's a contract that you cannot refuse. You know, the offer is very good. And I know that Wydad wanted him even when Rurani Mokwena was there. He had a meeting with his agent, Zambro Traore.
So it was Mokwena's choice?
It has always been Mokwena's choice. He wanted Aziz Ki and Clement Mzize. Something, yeah, he wanted those guys. Because, you know, Mokwena, with qualities of Aziz, if they had gotten him early, I think Wydad would have qualified for the Champions League. And, you know, the way Mzize plays is kind of like DJ Drogba. You know, when
a striker with
powerful, you know, he can hold on to the ball. He has good shot. He's good in the air. He knows how to press the defenders. He doesn't only stand at one place. He's mobile, also up front, can go on the wings, can come in, can go that way. He can even draw back, especially when the team is on the counter. He can draw back as far back to the center line to protect the defense, so that the midfielders can shift backwards and recover. So I think, assuming, you know, Mokwena got these players, things would have been different for him now.
Do you see Azizi penetrating on the first 11 of Wydad?
No, very easy. Very easy. I mean, these things are part of the assurances, you know, because Aziz Ki is a starter for Yanga, and so for a club like Wydad to come for a player like Aziz, you need to give this player assurance, and players like those things. You know, you are going to play all the games. You are going to start for us. You'll be the key man. You'll be the danger man. You make the difference. We use you as the poster or the star boy. You know, when players hear those things, they are well convinced to play. Aside maybe money, you know. So I think for sure Aziz is a starter in Wydad.
You have mentioned Clement Mzize. Today morning I saw this news about him and joining Zamalek. Can you give us any highlights of him? Which club in Africa is mostly to get Clement Mzize?
I think for his qualities, he can play for any team in Africa. Talk of the big clubs, whether Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, Zamalek, you know, all of them, even Al-Ittihad in Libya, you know. But I think that I don't think he will go to Zamalek. The environment there, the structure there, you know. And,
you're saying that because you're a Ali fan?
No, not because I am Ali fan, but Zamalek for now don't have a permanent coach. They fired their coach, Jose Peseiro. He was with Nigeria at the AFCON. And when he came, just some few matches and he left. So as at now, it would just not make sense to go for a striker when you don't have a coach. You know, what if the coach comes and he also have different, you know, type of striker that he wants? So I think it will be the wrong move, even though I don't have information on that yet, but I don't think he will go there. For club that I know in Africa who seriously wants him is Al-Ittihad in Libya. In fact, there is some agreement before, as way back a couple of months ago, but they are waiting for the season to end and then But also there are clubs in Europe, you know, because of his age. He's very young, I think. He's not 20 yet or 20 something.
He's 20 something. I think 21, 20 or 21.
21. Perfect. So it's good age, you know, to build on it, especially in clubs in Europe. So I think for him, he has more. The future is so bright. And so when you are making decisions, you have to also put all those things into consideration. Look at even the national team, because you can help the national team also. So to go to Zamalek, I don't think so.
If you are in a position to advise Mzinze, what could you tell him? To stay in Young Africans or to find a club outside Tanzania?
If I find club outside Tanzania, Yanga fans will not be happy.
I want to hear your own opinions.
No, that's why I mean it's difficult for me to many times give my opinion or share, because if I say something now, you know, trouble will come.
Yeah, sure.
So mostly I just like to put the news out there and let people have their say. But I think Mzize is a good player. Me, I like him personally. If I have a team, I will put him as my striker anytime, any day. You know, so I think that it's a decision that he has to make, and especially people around him. You know, whether the coaches, his agents, the family. You know, they have to advise him and help him to make the best decision, because I told you, he's young. He can play for the national team in the next 5 years, 10 years. So he doesn't have to rush into anything. You know, just take his time and make the best decision. Go to a country where the environment is good for you, where you can play football, enjoy your game. You are not going to play 5 games, they kick you out. You play 2 games, they kick you. You play more. You know, you need to be consistent. Look at Lamy, Yamal, those guys. They are young and they are playing regularly. You know, and that is what helps them to grow and to develop. So maybe I cannot be in best position to advise him, but I can just say that just make the best decision. It will be good for his future.
Let's talk about another key player from Tanzania. This is none other but Faisal Salim Abdallah. Formerly he was known as Feitoto. Feitoto was introduced by Young Africans, and they groomed him for almost 4.5 seasons. Then after that, he joined Azam FC with a contract of 2 years, from what I know. And this is the 2nd season. What I've heard is he's not adding a new contract. I know you know. There are clubs like Kaizer Chiefs, they are saying Young Africans, and Simba Sports Club. My question is, from what you heard, where is Faisal Salim going to play in the coming season?
Yeah, for sure. What I know is that this is his final season in Azam. Things will change, you know. He's not going to be there. They are still talking to find the best position. I mean, to find him the best, how do I put it? To find the best solution for him. I know that he spoke with Micky and Kaizer Chiefs, and Nabi was his former coach. You know,
he calls him father.
He calls him as a father, because Nabi is more than a coach. Even to all of us, when we speak with Nabi, he always gives you advice. Micky, take care, do this, you know.
I saw yesterday you wrote something about Nabi.
Yeah, you know, so we just have to, for Faisal, I mean, with his qualities also, you know, I know he's wanted by clubs all over in South Africa, you know, and so I think that he also just has to take his time and to decide. But I think I'm meeting him. I'm meeting him today. He'll come to see me in my hotel today. So, but I know as at now, nothing is finalized yet. Simba also wants him. Yanga wants him. Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi, all those clubs, you know. So he just has to take his time and to decide. But for me, he knows already that he has my support. Wherever he goes, I'll be there to support him. So, scoring goals, giving assists, working hard for the team, and for sure, he's a good player. We all enjoy to see him play.
The next question, it needs more than it needs your opinions. For a talent like Faisal has, is it right him still playing in Tanzania?
No.
Okay.
Talent. I mean, he's played here for quite some time now. Go to a different club and to challenge himself. You know, most players like that. They don't like to stay at one club for a long time. You can be the best here. After 2-3 seasons, you go to somewhere else to prove prove yourself. Let people see the qualities that you have. So I think that after this season, if the chance comes for him to move to outside Tanzania, you can grab it. If not, you can still stay here and then still play for a club that can give you Champions League, you know, group stage, quarterfinal, semi-final, final, you know. So it's all up to him at the end of the day to decide.
Micky, the coming question, the word from the block is, you guys, you are being paid by the player's agent in order to give fake news about transfer, which will help or facilitate the club to sign a certain player because of your influence, you guys. I hope you have heard those stories. If you have heard a person saying things like that, what is your answer or what is your response?
I hear it. Yeah. Maybe not on my side, because all the agents, I speak with them, the club president, the CEOs, the chairman, even the players themselves, they know nobody say, I'll make you take this and write this for us. They know I will not even do it. So
if you're given, will you accept?
No.
Why?
They know I will not even do it.
It's a gift, but
they know my work is purely to give people the right news, the right information. All of them, they know. Even if you can ask some of them, at most, maybe some of them, they can just give you jersey, they sign for you.
Like Kibu did.
Kibu did, you know, I think it's just beautiful. And normally, I have a lot of them. I don't even wear them. I just hang them, I put them in my room. Because if I wear them now, it can be in trouble for me. Now, I'm here.
If you wear Simba's jersey, they say you are a Simba fan.
If you wear Yanga, Simba say you support. So I cannot wear jerseys for me. Mostly I just hang them in my room and I leave them there. So all the agents, nobody can say that Micky, take this and write this for me. It's not possible. They will not even try. So yeah.
Micky, I want to thank you a lot. You accepting talking to us. It has been, as I told you earlier, it has been a pleasure you accepting talking to us. We really appreciate me and my colleagues, and thank you again for your time.
Asante sana.
Mtaalamu wa masuala yanayohusu usajili kwa timu mbalimbali za barani Afrika. Nimetoka kuongea naye mambo mengi sana na naamini kwa kiasi kikubwa sana nimekata kiu yako ya kupata habari kumhusu Micky Junior. Kwa niaba yake bila itwa Elias Picha alikuwa anakupa ridhiwani.